Greetings, I'm Neon Slice, and in this video I'll bring you every single thing you need to know about Resident Evil 9 or Resident Evil Requiem. This is all of the confirmed information that we have so far. Resident Evil 9 will be releasing on February 27th, 2026, and it marks the 9th title of the mainline storyline of Resident Evil. The story begins in an eerie abandoned hotel, where a person ravaged by an unidentified disease is discovered under mysterious circumstances. Assigned to the case is FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft, the main character in Resident Evil Requiem. She is the protagonist of the story. She is a brilliant and introverted mind shaped by tragedy. The hotel is more than just a crime scene for her. It is the very place where her mother died 8 years ago. Driven by her need for answers and haunted by her past, Grace embarks on a solitary investigation that soon unearths a harrowing truth, a link to the long-buried horrors of Raccoon City. The game will feature third-person and first-person camera views, a chaser enemy similar to Mr. X, the return of puzzles, keys, and locked doors, and that survival horror vibe that we know and love. Grace's mother, Alyssa Ashcroft, was one of the main protagonists in Resident Evil Outbreak. She died 8 years ago, from when the game takes place. An intelligence analyst for the FBI, Grace Ashcroft demonstrates intense focus and insight in deductive reasoning and analysis. Her mother's death shook her to the soul, making her an introvert who immerses herself in her work. So she heads to the abandoned hotel alone to investigate this mysterious death. Raccoon City was a Midwestern city in the United States and the headquarters for the former global pharmaceutical company Umbrella. In the face of the zombie outbreak in 1998, the government approved a sterilization operation, a missile strike on the city in an attempt to quickly bring the situation under control, but this was swiftly covered up. Now, having said that, we still don't know when this game takes place within the timeline or what year. We just know that it's possibly roughly 28 years or 30 years after Raccoon City and what happened there. We only know that Grace Ashford will be the sole protagonist of this game, but details are yet to be revealed if there will be a secondary character. There often is a secondary character in Resident Evil games, so maybe we can expect someone else. But so far, we don't know if it's Leon, because I know a lot of you guys will be asking that. All of that is just rumors, but wait until you hear official confirmation. In terms of gameplay, you can experience the series' classic survival horror through combat, investigations, puzzles, and resource management. Gameplay allows you to freely switch between first and third person views to face the horrors in a way that suits your playstyle. Once the epicenter of the infamous 1998 zombie outbreak and the home of the now-defunct Umbrella Corporation, Raccoon City was wiped from the map in a covert government missile strike. But the real story was buried, until now. Grace's investigation draws her deep into the secret of that biological disaster, leading her to explore some areas of Raccoon City, some of which are very familiar. In true Resident Evil fashion, players will navigate a treacherous world filled with combat, tense exploration, intricate puzzles, and vital resource management. The game heavily focuses on the survival horror experience, and the developers really want you to play in first person, but the option to switch between third and first is already there from day one. Another great thing to note is that the game not only features firearms and, the action that most fans know and love from Resident Evil games, but there are sections, namely the first section in the game, where you are weaponless. Grace can use bottles and throw them to distract enemies and sneak past them. So some new elements, but also some classic elements return. A persistent enemy that moves around the map in real time, much like a Nemesis or Mr. X. In terms of healing items, you can find sort of chem fluids or shots. In addition to that, the green herbs make a return, so you can most likely combine these to make a greater heal. Grace will be able to hold a lighter in her hand, and we also see in the concept art here a promotional image for the player model of Grace, that she will also be able to wield firearms, meaning the game will not only be a hide-and-seek sort of game, so we are looking forward to seeing some action from Grace. Once again, she is the sole protagonist of this game so far, but stay tuned to know more about that and other things by subscribing. Leave a like if you're excited for Resident Evil Requiem. Also, before we part ways, it is important to note that gamers and journalists have already played a demo of this game, and they were playing as Grace. So this should come without saying, but there are a ton of people in my comment section and everywhere on social media saying that we will have to go and rescue Grace because you can see her tied up there, blah blah blah. That is not true, because the game literally starts with that sequence of her being tied up and hanging from the ceiling, but she manages to free herself and you are able to play as her. Anyway, I'm excited for Resident Evil Requiem. Let me know in the comments down below, what is one thing that you want to see in this game? Will you be playing on first person or in third person, or switching between the two of them? I personally will be switching, probably, most likely, but mostly I will be playing in first person. But I do prefer third, so we'll have to see. Take care, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.